We got into how you got into it, right? It wasn't on purpose. It was kind of like accidental, which I think is even more important here, because I think sometimes as entrepreneurs and marketing professionals, we look at like video and we're like, oh my God, how do I tackle that? If somebody were trying to learn video and get into video, not necessarily to start an agency, but to be effective with video, how would you coach them to go about, that process?
Man, it starts with the story. Everything is content. Comes down, when I say content, it's like the contents of your content. It's the story is going to be the thing that drives the success or failures before you get into equipment and production. Like you and I could sit here with these nice mics and high quality cameras, and if we don't say anything meaningful, then it doesn't matter. But if you and I were on walkie talkies that didn't sound great, but I could understand, if we were dropping knowledge bombs, and people would want to listen to it. And so when you're making content, it doesn't have to be overly produced. That can matter. That has a place. And I produce my content at a high level, but then I strip it out. So if you're going to like cook and you have seasoning, you have meat, you have potatoes, salt, all this stuff, mixing it in and having the right recipe is the difference between wanting to eat it or not. And so if you look at like motion graphics is a seasoning, if you put way too much salt in your food, and then it's not going to taste good. And sometimes it's let that meat, that steak, that high quality piece of meat, like don't put sauce on it. Don't let the steak be the star. Sometimes a piece of content, we don't need extra music. We don't need extra graphics. Like just let that moment, that authentic feeling that's being conveyed by whoever's on the camera, let that shine. And so it's finding that story and that message. And a lot of times it's a founder who is very, very passionate about what they do for all the right reasons. And it's like, listen, I don't want to put you on camera and tell you what to say in this marketing like PSA format. What I want to do is capture your enthusiasm because it's contagious. And so for me, it's in the early stages, it's about getting people comfortable on camera, right? Because so many people feel that camera gets on them and they feel it. So just being comfortable in front of the camera, and instead of talking to the camera like I'm talking to an audience, talk to your best friend, and you have to be able to capture that same type of FaceTime energy. If it's like you're calling your mom or your dad or your best friend and you're like, yo, listen to what just happened today. Oh my God, I'm so excited. We got this new project done. And then you get on a business call and it's like, so at our business, we do these things, and they get robotic. If you can capture that excitement, it's like, yeah, I want to work with that person. They're passionate about what they do. And in filmmaking, there's a term called the fourth wall. And it's where you feel like you're just there. Like if I'm in a movie, someone's terrified, there's a monster coming. And if they looked over at the cameraman, well, it's not as scary because someone's with them. But that fourth wall is we're watching this person as if they don't know we're there. It's real. It feels like, oh my gosh, this person's isolated. So that fourth wall is something that, like, I try to capture in my content, where I just take people on these adventures and they're just there. Like it's a movie. If you can get to that level of comfort where the camera becomes a friend or becomes not there from like an audience standpoint, those are things I try to get to. And then that gets into a comfort level, but then everything else going back into that level of comfort and message and storytelling is just getting on there and structuring your thoughts a little bit. And I have a whole process of like short form content, how we structure like a script and like content. That doesn't have to be crazy. It can just be you talking to an iPhone. And so it's being authentic. Right. That's the main thing.